December of 2025, we had a chance to go to Brazil to shoot some Capturing Car Culture episodes. While we were there, we went to this event called Auto Concept, and it's essentially just like a curated car show for the local Sao Paulo enthusiast community. We were there only for about a week, but we met with so many locals. I think the main point that the locals wanted to convey to us was that they don't have much, but they absolutely love what they have. Brazil is interesting in that it's a country that is very large, and they make so many cars domestically. A lot of them were not offered anywhere else in the world. They were just for the Brazilian market. And while they love imported cars like JDM and Euro and American vehicles, everything is just so expensive because of how far it is and how much taxes they have to pay on these imported vehicles. So here's some of my favorite vehicles from Auto Concept Brazil.
Hey everyone, Chen here. Got my buddy Igor. We're gonna walk around and check out some of my favorite cars at this Auto Concept event in Brazil. The common misconception when I go to these countries is that I wanna see the most expensive cars.
Yeah.
That's the complete opposite of what I want to see. In fact, this morning I got a bunch of DMs from people saying to me, Porsches, Ferraris, all these supercars, hypercars. But my response was, I want to see these local built cars.
Yeah.
I want to see cars like this
Yeah.
that were built here and also that were modified here.
Yeah.
What is this?
So this is a Gol BX. So originally this car comes with a air-cooled engine, the same engine as the Beetle, and is really underpowered. That car as a stock vehicle has been reviewed by Senna himself, and he literally said that the car was
Really?
So the car was very underpowered. It's an air-cooled engine. It's meant to be cheap, affordable for people, etc., etc. But this is not the case. So this is a very popular engine in Brazil, which is called the AP. Basically, it's the bottom end of a 20-valve turbo, if you know your Volkswagens, with 8-valve style head. But is on a big turbo, is making almost 300 horsepower, is a very gnarly build.
This is kind of known as the SR20 of Brazil.
It, in the Volkswagen world would be the SR20
Okay, got it.
of Brazil, literally. But they swap these engines into a lot of things, really a lot of things. Because it's easy to make power, is bulletproof, and it will withstand quite a lot of power, not spending a lot of money.
So then Volkswagen Gol, G-O-L?
G-O-L. So it would be a Golf without an F. It kind of resembles the Mark 1 Scirocco. Is also a country unique model. So has been only released in Brazil. You can't see it anywhere else. So it's a special, at least for me, it's a very special model from this country.
It's interesting because it makes me wonder if people export this from Brazil because it's such a unique and special car.
It's quite funny that you say that because I've been talking with somebody to actually buy one of these, which has been prepared to export it. It's not very common to export cars from Brazil because of the cost of freight. So it's very expensive to take cars out of here.
But this is one of those vehicles that I could spend so much time on. Like, look at the work wheels.
Normally, if you go like this, you can know if they're real or not. In this case, this is real. So there's a lot of money. Unfortunately, in Brazil, and I'm doing this because economically, Brazil is very hard to get things. They have their own manufacturing processes for wheels, suspension, engine parts, and etc. So this is part of the event as well, is to show internationally that it's very difficult to get parts because of the tax. Tax is really high. In this case, on this car, there's a lot of money dumped into it. So these are legit, but normally the cars have, reps and stuff. We don't look at reps as it would be in America or Europe, which is really frowned upon.
It's because the Brazilians here who love cars, they want to modify their cars. They have no choice.
Exactly. They have the choice, but you can still import stuff, but you have the price and then you have 101% on top of that price. So it's like you are paying twice for one thing. So it gets really expensive.
let's talk about this Fiat with F40 style wheels on it.
This is a Fiat Uno. And the Fiat Uno is a very popular car in Brazil. It's popular in Italy, was popular in Europe because it was a cheap car as well. This car was started in 1989. It's the same chassis and everything, and it has stopped production in 2013 with the same layout from 89. So it's a 1.0 liter, and he wants now to engine swap it again to an Alfa Romeo engine with Alfa Romeo custom wheels with lips and everything.
What an interesting layout. Like, I've never seen this where the spare tire is in the engine bay.
So I think this is a very Italian and French thing to do because they wanted to maximize boot space because it's an econo car. Technically, there was an European thing, which is you need to be able to fit a trolley basket from the supermarket in the boot of a car like this. Like a full basket of the supermarket needs to fit in the boot. So they took the spare wheel from the back, they put it on the front, like the engine is really small.
I think it's cute that this says max 122 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Do you think this can go 122 miles per hour?
This car?
Yeah.
Not miles, I don't know.
Ask him. I want to know.
Before, with a turbo, yes,
yeah.
you could.
So, but with, oh, okay, really? With the turbo?
You could. With the turbo, you could.
Got it.
With the turbo, they would do 230 kilometers an hour.
So it actually came with the turbo, but he took it out.
No, it came with this, but then he had the turbo. He broke it so many times that he reverted back to original, and now he's going to Alfa Romeo.
1 liter turbo.
Yeah. But the funny thing is, these tires, they are speed rated, but a lot of people in Europe, they use these tires in the back for drag strip. So they always above the speed limit.
I have to point out this design element for the door. Like this, you don't even have to shave the door handle. It's so cool.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't really get to see that often. That's a very cool design element.
That's cool.
So we have 2 Chevy Corsas here that are pretty much like the best version of these versus what we shot the night before.
So the other one would be a wild version of I Don't Give an F. And this one is a very like pristine version of it. You have, the white flares, they are not stock, they have been widened and fiberglass to the body. And it's it's more taken care of than the other one. It's a bit more clean, I would say. Not a bit more, a lot more.
Yeah, and then in Brazil, it was known as a Chevy. But overseas, it had a couple different names, right?
Yes, correct. So over here, Chevrolet has, I don't know if the correct word would be concession, because in Germany and majority of Europe is Opel. In England or in the UK is Vauxhall. But they still maintain Corsa. And even in Europe, it's very hard to see the sedan version. It's normally a hatchback.
Let's talk about this Civic. So is this pretty common here in Brazil?
It's more and more common now. Not to this level, of course, but there's loads of Civics around here.
Is it because these were imported by Honda for the Brazilian market?
Yes, and some are from America as well.
Interesting. So because they've already become of age, right? Because they have to be 30 years old.
30 years old until they are fully legal to import. It's not very common to see, for example, B16s over here. So some of them are 1.5s and 1.6s, but It's getting more common around here. Yeah, it is original from Brazil. This one, yeah. 94 D1616 engine.
How long has he been building this?
3 years.
Has he always wanted to build a Civic?
He always wanted to build a Civic, and this one has been built from fully stock to what it is. So it's very hard to get parts for JDMs and stuff. So majority of this is all imported, so it's pretty damn expensive. It's really hard to get parts over here, especially because of the tax markup, and the tax markup is crazy. Not only that, the parts are, they have to buy it slowly because of the import tax, and some of them come from China, some of them come from the United States, some of them from Japan. So it's all over the world. That's why it took 3 years to build this specific vehicle.
This is really a revered car here.
Yeah.
In Brazil.
It's the car. They have memes for it. They have everything. There's an entire culture around this car.
This car, it actually came turbo from the factory?
So there are editions that are turbo and non-turbo. The non-turbo ones are very rare. They made this one the first Brazilian turbo car because all of the cars before were imported with the turbos. So Fiat made this specific one.
In Brazil?
In Brazil, yeah.
How much power does it make now? This is really modified.
260 horsepower.
1.4 liter.
This one, yeah. So 260 horsepower with 900 kilos.
That's so fast.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Everything is original in the car except the race and the steering wheel. Everything is kind of period correct to a few of their models. The pop-up windows are electric, and it has been adapted because no car has done it. So,
oh, that's cool.
That's pretty cool.
That's actually
that's
really
so
cool.
Crazy.
Whoa.
Wow.
It's just like a fun little thing to make it personal for him.
That is really crazy. Sway bars from the Maserati.
Okay. It fits. Whoa.
Oh, and it's also torsioned by gas
It's
shocks.
adjustable.
Oh, so it's adjustable, and these are gas struts as well, so it kind of adjusts it. That's crazy. It's gonna rev it a couple times.
Okay. Oh my God. I want to hear from the front. Woo! That's awesome.
That's crazy.
Dude, that's dope. I like that. This is honestly one of my favorite vehicles of the show.
Mine as well, to be honest. It's very period correct. BBSs.
I know Volkswagen and Volkswagen Auto Group vehicles are very revered here and they're loved, but I'm assuming this one's an import.
It is an import. Yes, you're correct.
But was it originally offered here or did he import it?
This particular vehicle has been imported by Senna Imports, and that has a big involvement from Ayrton Senna back in the day. And it's not the only car. So there was a few cars that he liked, drove, and he kind of pitched it in a sense of ordering a batch of them to the country. So the Audi 80 Avant was one of them. And
this is directly from Ayrton Senna. Like this was...
It's from his company and involvement. So it's not personal car, but he had a role on having these cars here in Brazil.
Right, because he personally liked them.
Yes, because he personally liked them.
Because of Ayrton Senna, there's Audis in this country.
Correct. At least this model in specific, and a few other cars.
And is that why this sticker's here?
Yes, so this is the very old school for kids, and it was on a TV show, and it's called Senninha, and it's a diminutive for Senna, like it's little Senna, and it was very popular back in the day.
This character was created
for Ayrton Senna back in the day.
Right, but was it when he was still around? Or?
Yeah, he was still alive, and it was for like a kid's show. Because he dated a girl named Xuxa, which, they were like the sweethearts from Brazil back in the day. Everybody wanted them together, and she hosted a kids show. So don't quote me. That's why this exists, but this was made it was created for the younger generation that was getting into this type of things.
Is it pretty hard to get parts for something like this?
It's very hard. So originally this was a V6, but when he bought it, it came without an engine. So now it has a national engine, which is the AP version that we discussed before in the Blue Gold. It's the same engine that's on our car. Very common here, very easy to get parts. It's also turbo, easy to make power. Originally it comes with 80 horsepower.
Even with the turbo?
No, without the turbo.
Without the turbo.
So fully forged to its capacity, it will make 250, 260 horsepower, give or take.
Because you could get this in a junkyard here for very
Junkyard,
cheap.
local store, corner shop, kind of thing. You can get everything for this engine anytime.
Is he talking about the taillight?
This part
Really?
is from an Audi Cabrio. So it didn't came with this. It comes still with one thing that, as you can see from the top,
Yeah. It doesn't fit perfect.
Yeah, it doesn't fit
But
perfect.
that's my favorite part of the car.
But it kind of
it looks so good.
Pega pra ele, pode pegar. Dá pra ele pegar depois ele tira a foto aí.
So he's giving you this as a gift. So this is a postcard, old school postcard from
look how
Ayrton
yellow
Senna.
it is.
Bro.
Dude, this is like super yellow.
Yeah, and this one is super freaking rare, man.
No
And
way, this is a real one, 1997. Look.
So the person who gave him this used to work at the office from his parents when he was on go-karting. So this lady saw his tattoo because he has.
Original da família.
So he has. Daí o seu braço. So he has the Ayrton Senna tattoo.
Oh my god.
And when the lady saw the tattoo,
I got the
said,
chills, bro. I got the chills.
said, I got
Stop.
a few presents for you. And she came with all the rare loot
my God.
to give him.
Eu guardei até o.
He saved the.
What? He even saved the backing
Yeah, the backing of
for the one on his window.
his
Look
car.
at this. This is how rare this is.
Aí é errado.
Look, it even has the.
What the heck?
Dude, this is wild.
Ah,
Wait,
fã, né?
wait, you have a Senna tattoo too?
Yeah, he has the McLaren out before.
Oh my god.
Electric.
What made you want to build a legacy?
Like, I'm into Subarus. I have 5 of them. This is one of them. This is my oldest one. I went to Japan about 5 years ago, and I saw some Bosozokos and this kind of culture, and I got super interested in like things like this. So this is like a Bosozoko for Brazil, not so aggressive. One thing that I can use here in Brazil.
Was this like an original Brazilian delivery car, or did you import this?
Yeah, it's imported, but Subaru has sold this car here in Brazil.
But you bought it as a used vehicle.
Yeah, I have this car for about 10 years, and this build is about 7 years with this build.
Was it in pretty good condition then?
No. This car has, you guys talk about miles, around 150 miles.
Okay,
It's pretty used.
150,000.
Yeah,
Right,
it's
for
pretty used.
Brazil, it's pretty used.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the original color?
The original color was green. It's a dark green. This one is green too, so it's a black base with green sparkle. But most of the time you just see black. It's 93.
Is this still all-wheel drive?
No, this is front wheel drive.
Oh, it's front-wheel drive.
Yeah. This
So
is
it
front-
only came in front-wheel drive here in Brazil.
We have the options here. Like this one is the 1.8 liter front wheel drive. We have 2.0 and 2.2 all-wheel drive. This is like the basic one.
Okay, and so this is a 1.8 liter.
Yeah. The body kit was made in the garage with 2 friends of mine. We made all from scratch. It's kind of like a BN Sports, but we look at the picture and we try to replicate by sanding and trying and fooling. Like was all homemade.
You made the body kit
Yeah.
in Brazil.
Yeah.
That's pretty incredible. So what pieces is it? The bumper? And
Yeah, it's
then-
like the front lip,
Yep,
the headlight cover,
yep.
the side skirts, and the ducktail.
The side skirts and the ducktail. Wow. And what did you use? Fiberglass?
Yeah, a friend.
is so
I have
cool.
2 friends that work with fiberglass, so we tried our best in this body kit, because this car here in Brazil, we don't have aftermarket parts at all.
The fitment is amazing. Where did you get the wheels?
The wheels are imported from Japan. It's 14 by 9.5, and the offset is like -16.
So then how did you get it to fit so close? Like, this is kind of insane how close
Like
it fits.
this was super lucky they got it, but we have to add like -8, -9 of camber. So it looked like this, because the wheel set right here, first of all, but we just camber it, and lucky that got this way. The air suspension is a Brazilian brand called Castor. The place that I installed all is Dragon Customs. We have a bunch of cars that Dragon Custom made here in Auto Concept Show.
And you have to have air suspension on these cars because the roads here are really difficult to drive
It's
on.
not the best here. 80% of the cars ride air suspension here. I have some coilovers on other setups, but you have to be bigger wheels, a little gap, so we can ride. So to look like this, you need air here.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
This one car of the show, and rightfully so. It's not always about the most expensive build or the most expensive vehicle or the newest and latest and greatest. For me, it's always about something that has a great story and a lot of heart and soul. And the fact that you created this body kit by hand, and it's just such a unique look. I haven't seen another Subaru Legacy that looks like this.
Yeah.
It's just so unique. And I'm so happy that you had the vision to put this together. So thank you so much for bringing it.
Thank you.
Make sure you guys check out our full Capturing Car Culture Hagerty episode on Brazilian car culture. I think the highlight of Auto Concept for me was to see all the cool builds, including the jet Corsa that spit a lot of flames. But it was also so cool for me to see a real life capybara in the wild. It just literally came out of the lake, walked around, and there was just this perfect moment and perfect shot that I missed when we had a Volkswagen Golf parked on the boat ramp, and it was brown, and it would have been so hilarious to get a photo of the capybara next to this vehicle. I just wasn't in the right position for it, but I'm just glad I had a chance to see it with my own eyes. I hope you guys enjoyed this type of content. If you want to support us, head over to camerasandcarculture.com. You can pick up my book, Life at Shutter Speed, as well as signed prints that I print myself on my Canon printers, or die casts, or t-shirts like this one. Thank you guys for watching.